Hello ladies, welcome back to the channel. It's week 2 of Baddie Bootcamp, and the mission this week is simple. We are starting to lift in the gym. Last week, I met with my fitness coach. You guys saw that session. And during our meeting, I asked him to make a tailored workout schedule for me. 1 upper body, 1 lower body, and 1 full body. He also gave me some tips for aerobics. Knowing me, I know it's gonna be harder to add on to the routine, so we will see. But all in all, feeling very excited. And if you are interested in seeing the workouts that I'm gonna be doing this week, I will put them up here on the screen so that you can take a look. I am familiar with most of these workouts from my time working out with my previous trainers, Yasmin and Christy. Hey, ladies. So I'm really excited to get back into lifting. And one thing I'll say is for the ones that are less familiar, I'm going to be looking it up on TikTok. I know, I feel like that is not a best practice from the trainers that I work with, and even my fitness coach. In last week's video, you guys saw, he was like, the goal is to keep you off TikTok. But I find TikTok to be very helpful. I like to look at it for, reference points. I need to refresh my memory or just get a little bit of guidance because, there's no one here with me. I'm here by myself. There's no coach or trainer to tell me if my form is correct. I'm pretty confident in my form, I'll say. Because I have worked out so much over the years, I feel like I understand the concept of engaging your core, tucking your buttocks in, engaging the muscles that you're meant to be working out. What do they say? Mind-body connection. Yeah, but still, even the most seasoned of us have to sometimes rely on some guidance here and there. And so because I don't have anyone to come and correct my form, it's nice to just watch a couple videos from TikTok. There was a really great video where the girl was like, make sure you put your shoulders back and 60 degree on the adjustable chair. So just little things like that I find to be very helpful. All right, I'm rambling, so let's get into a couple of these workouts.
What's up on the time? When I just try. When I drop a song, I go need to dance. They walk, I couldn't get it, they do my plans. Then I find the sound, I'm on got the sound. I know get the name, I know sing the sound. Sound, it's the money sound. I want the precise. For my city gone, be run from who you are, man. Waiting go be man is cast the stone. But you below long power sandu. But why they titi go they sham you? I do below long to come yo.
I'm not gonna lie, week 2 of Baddie Bootcamp was not as glamorous as week 1. And I gotta say, when you are working out and lifting, the amount of fatigue that I have felt this week, it has been exhausting. I have been resting so much more this week, but I'm also really proud of myself for getting back into strength training, doing something a little bit harder this week. Last week I just focused on showing up in the gym, and for me it looked like a lot of aerobics. So this week we amped things up and I did complete my mission, and so pat on the back to me because this week was not easy. When it comes to my diet, obviously you guys know I like to meal prep. This week I wanted to try something new, and that is the dense bean salad. One of the things that I'm trying to focus on more is fiber. You guys know protein is something that's very important to me, but fiber is also something that I've been paying a lot more attention to. And so the dense bean salad is just a great way to hit both of those goals. And I saw it floating around on social media, so I figured I'd try it. For this first go round, I used chickpeas and Great Northern white beans, as well as onions, bell pepper, olives, and a little bit of parsley. And I just mixed it all up. For me, it's great to have things that I can keep in my fridge so it's easy for me to just put a meal together really quickly. Something that I have loved doing is just like cooking 2 eggs and eating them with whatever I have on hand. So the dense bean salad has been really great to have in my rotation. I actually had some today with a little bit of rice and chicken that I ate for lunch after I went to the gym. And yeah, it just makes my life a little bit easier when I can prep small things like this throughout the week. So now that you've seen all the amazing things that I've been doing as it pertains to strength training, let's talk about aerobics, because this week I felt like that area of Baddie Bootcamp took a hit and I had to find more creative ways to get my steps in, because the last thing that I wanted to do after RDLs and Russian twists and all the fun little workouts that I had to do this week was get on a treadmill or get on a Stairmaster. So last week you guys saw I was taking dance classes on YouTube. This week I've been focusing on more step classes on YouTube, and one of my favorite channels is Get Fit with Rick.
Good. Now, our step tracker tracks movements, okay? So it's crucial that we are keeping our arms moving. Let's step touch it out here on spot, boom. During this workout, okay? There's sort of movements like this. You're gonna miss out on those crucial steps that we're getting in here. Okay, now what we're gonna do, we're gonna work on a little timer, right? We're gonna each move for a certain amount of time.
He lives in, I want to say Dubai, somewhere in the Middle East, and he's always has these like cool little backgrounds, and he is also a dancer. So Get Fit with Rick is one of my favorite channels to watch. It's a great way for me to get my steps in without having to leave the comfort of my warm and cozy home, because it is cold outside. Hi, sweetie pie. Hi. You're so comfy. Oh, my sweet girl. Soft life Chailoh. So all in all, week 2 of Baddie Bootcamp, I'd give it a B+. It wasn't my most motivational week, but I did do the things that I had to do, with the exception of reaching my step goals. But I'm going to really focus on hitting both my step goals and my lift goals next week. And I'm also looking forward to next week because my sister and I are hosting our very first mistletoe and martinis party, and so we are gonna have guests over. Our friends are gonna be visiting. Really excited to talk to you guys about how I'm going to stick to my goals while I'm hosting people and having a party. So we'll talk about that, and maybe I'll even get to bring you guys along for a little bit of the party. I hope you guys enjoyed week 2 of Baddie Bootcamp. I really appreciate you supporting this channel, and I'll see you next week for week 3.